Hi there, and welcome to this week's edition of Top End Track Talk. I'm Andrew O'Toole, and today we'll be having a look at a 5-race card this coming Friday at Fanny Bay, April the 6th. Prior to that, we'll be having a chat with trainer jockey Carl Spry, who was in the winner's circle again last Thursday and who has 5 runners engaged this week, including the smart last start winner, El Toronado. Carl, you lined up 4 runners last Thursday and managed a first, a second, a third and a fourth. It's fair to say the teams are going along fairly well with 11 wins and 22 placings from 72 starters this season. Certainly an impressive record.
Yeah, team's ticking away nicely, they're going good enough. Sometimes you can be a bit unlucky in racing and then sometimes you can have luck, and I've had a bit of luck this season, so it does help.
Well, last week, of course, Hammered Art second in the St Paddy's Cup and a good win by El Toronado are among your good performances.
Yeah, mate, he's just Hammered Art. He's probably his own worst enemy. He switches off too much. He just thinks it's a daydream out there and then decides to work home 600, And hindsight, he might have been a good thing beaten on paper, but that's the way racing is and that's his pattern, and no difference in changing it. So El Toronado was tough, 3 wide, 60 kilos.
The other 2 runners you had last week, of course, your maiden, Tantat Blaze, win a better race running 4th, and Mavericks win his usual honest race finishing 3rd.
Yeah, Tantat Blaze ran a lot better. He had to. His career here was on the blocks to either step up or ship out. So he's probably worthy of another start on that run. It was a nice maiden in saying that. He's just probably taken a while for the penny to drop. Mavericks, look, he's been here forever and a day. He's a good little war horse. He always turns up. When he doesn't, something's up, and he's been here more or less from day one. I've been lucky. Justin gave him to me, Justin Coleman, and the crew gave him to me, and he provided me with a Guineas winner early days. So he's a tough old horse. Look, he's not getting any younger, but he's a great campaigner.
Well, Carl, on paper it looks like you have some nice chances again this Friday, starting with Duvet in the first, the 0 to 58, 1300.
Yeah, look, he's had one run on the track. That was a while ago now, but he was meant to go around when the abandoned meeting come through. 1300 looks more ideal. The blinkers go back on, tongue tie goes back on. His first up run wasn't overly too bad. He just needed the outing, and he did feel the pinch late. It's not an overly strong race on paper, and look, if he turns up in how he probably should, and he's got to be some hope in it.
El Toronado, who we've spoken about, he was so tough winning last week. He backs up in the 0 to 76, 1200, and you take the mount again.
Yeah, he goes around again, mate. Look, there wasn't much else for him to back him up. He may have 1 or 2 more, and then he'll be put away again. And look, he's not getting any younger. I think it's his 59th start on Friday. So he's been a great little purchase for him up here, and he's tough. It's a tricky race. Couple getting a bit better on the weights than him. But in saying that, he's a form horse, so he's probably deserved to get what he got.
Millennium hasn't had a start for some 6 weeks, but makes some appeal in an even benchmark 54 1200, race 3.
Yeah, he's just an even horse too, so he's in the 1200, which is all of wins have come from 1200. So, look, it's not the strongest field out there, but he's not the strongest horse either on his day, but he's consistent, and if he turns up race consistent, he's going to be a rough hope.
And in the 4th, the Class 2000, you line up 2 runners, Sophocles, who you will ride, and Reward for Riches, the mount of your good mate Wayne Davis.
Yeah, Wayno's on, evergreen Wayne Davis. He's back doing his apprenticeship with me, more or less. He gets the mount on the lightweights, and I take the fat one. So he, Reward for Riches, she's very temperamental. She's a typical filly, typical mare. She's probably been a bit unlucky. She hasn't won one here yet. It's just sort of her pattern. 1,000 metres, not ideal, but being a Trobus racer, I had more of a leaning to go that way. Ideally, I would have liked to have seen 1,100. And Sophocles, look, if he's just been a very frustrating. There's 2 of him. He's a morning glory and then a race day flop. But he, look, if he can, he's had a couple of things change around and hopefully can take it all to the track. So if he does, he'll be very competitive. But gee, I wouldn't be having my last sweating on that.
With racing last week and this Friday and also next Friday, the fields are a little on the light side, but there still promises to be some competitive racing. In the first, the Gardens Park Golf Links handicap over the 1,300 metres, my numbers are 3, 4, 1 and 6. I'm going with number 3 on top here, Dream Passenger. We tipped this horse last week as well and it finished 4th. knocking on the door, getting close to a win. This isn't a strong lot, and I think with Stephen Riddler on board for Tayan Holter, Dream Passenger gets an ideal chance to break through. 3 on top, ahead of number 4, Luna Joy. Hasn't raced since the 10th of February, but Phil Cole will have this one fit to go. Felicia Bergstrand in the saddle. And in for third, number 1, Duvet, for trainer rider Carl Spry, in what I say is not a strong lineup. My numbers in the first, 3, 4, 1 and 6. In the second, it's over the 1200 metres. It's Magic Millions handicap for the 0 to 76 sprinters. And my numbers here, 2, 3, 1 and 5. Hard to go past number 2, El Toronado. He was really tough winning last week, sitting 3 wide. This field is not any stronger on paper, and Carl Spry takes the mount again, does the training as well, and it'll be hard pressed to see him beaten number 2, El Toronado. Ahead of number 3, Murphy. He was really good winning last time out. That was back on the 2nd of March. Came through along the inside with a good ride from Vanessa Arnott, and I think the Jason Manning Galloper will be very hard to beat here. In for third, number 1, Kiss the Condor. A really good run last week behind Neat Feet in the Wait for Age, and sure to be thereabouts. And in for fourth, number 5, Woogie. 2, 3, 1 and 5 in the second. In the third, it's the Allura Gardens Nursery Handicap. It's over the 1200 for the benchmark 54 gallopers, and the numbers here, 4, 1, 2 and 3. Number 4 on top, You Want. Has been racing out of its grade, this horse, but doing not a bad job. And Cherie Lawler and Felicia Bergstrand combined, and that combination's been pretty successful lately. Was sixth the other day behind El Toronado, but only beaten 3 lengths. And I think in this even lineup will be hard to beat. 4 on top for me, ahead of the last start winner, My Snip, for informed trainer Phil Cole, and Kim Gladwin takes the mount. In for third, number 2, Melanian. He's a tough customer. He's not the best customer going around, but he's game and he'll try hard. I've got him in for third, ahead of number 3, Mason County. 4, 1, 2 and 3 in the third. In the fourth, it's the Impact Hair Studios. It's over the 1,000 metres for the Class 2 gallopers, and the numbers here, 4, 6, 2 and 7. Certainly doesn't get any easier on this tough card, and I've got Reward for Riches on top, number 4. Carl Spry could be in for another good day after his good Easter Thursday meeting when he had 4 runners for a first, a second, a third and a fourth. Reward for Riches, a little bit enigmatic, as Carl alluded to, but if it gets all breaks in the running in this Trobus event, for which it is qualified, it'll be hard to beat. 4 on top, ahead of 6, Annabella. An improved run last week in the hands of Felicia Bergstrand. Finished 4th behind My Snip, only beaten 2 1/4 lengths. Getting close to putting its foot right on the till is Annabella. I've got it in for second. In for third, number 2, Dark Whirlwind. He's second up and should improve on that first up run. And in for fourth, number 7, Spend Up. 4, 6, 2 and 7. And in the last, it's the Bridge Toyota Handicap. It's over the 1,600 metres, and my best bet of the day comes up in this. And it's number 1, Celebracti. I've got him on top. 1, 2, 4 and 3, the numbers. Celebracti third last time out behind Neat Feet. That was over the 1,200 and far stronger Wait for Age company a week ago. The 1,600 metres will suit him. He's won 6 times at the 1,600 metre trip. And with Richie Oakford aboard from the one gate, he's the horse to beat. 1 on top. Ahead of 2, the stablemate, Captain Apollo. He was good winning over 1,300 a week ago and will be thereabouts once again. In for third, number 4, Larracone. He was a winner last time in lower grade, but over the trip of 1,600 metres. And in for fourth, number 3, Tipsy on Red. 1, 2, 4 and 3, my numbers in the last. And here's my best bet of the day, Celebracti. This wraps up this edition of Top End Track Talk, but we'll leave you with the best bet of the day. As I've mentioned, race 5, number 1, Celebracti. Race 5, number 1, Celebracti. And the best roughie comes up in race 4, and that's number 7, Spend Up. Race 4, number 7, Spend Up. We'll be back again prior to our next meeting, which is scheduled for Friday the 13th. Might be a few omen bets that day. Good luck and good punting.